Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name's Jordy, and this is Sandy. We're both YouTubers here, and we both run the Moon Mapping Academy on School. We're here to talk about the full moon in Scorpio, which is on May 1st, tomorrow, Friday, 2:22 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, which is pretty cool, a special number. This full moon in Scorpio is very powerful. There's actually 2 full moons in the month of May. So we're going to be having an extra moon video this month as well for the full moon at the end of the month, which should be in Gemini or?
The full moon will be in Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, right, 'cause it's opposite, yeah. So this full moon in Scorpio is all about some major themes. We've talked about some major themes before getting onto this video, like surrendering and letting go is a big theme because of the whole death scorpionic energy that we're working through. And we also have some themes of connecting more deeply emotionally to our feelings and addressing the crutches that we use in order to cope with our emotions and our health. So we're going to be looking at the astrology during this time and pulling some tarot cards today just to get some advice for this full moon in Scorpio. So thank you so much for being here, and hope you enjoy this video.
Yeah, the Scorpio moon can be, it's a deep one, because when you see Scorpio energy, it can suggest that that person is suppressing a lot of emotions because they are one of the water signs. They are very empathic, and so feeling the feels can be quite intense and almost too much. So they can tend to lean on crutches or ways of minimizing how they feel or avoiding situations. So this is a really good opportunity to work through those things. And it could, a lot of times, like Scorpio is the sign that it represents transformation. And so when people have strong Scorpio in their chart, it suggests that they've gone through a lot of transformation in their life. So that brings up a lot of hurt. And so that Scorpio has that shell to protect themselves. But in doing that, we miss out on what life is really about and making those connections. So I just want to say that if anybody is having any weird, yucky feelings around any important relationships in their life right now, that this would be a really good time to work through them. Either just on your own time or being brave enough to have a conversation with somebody to clear things up. Because a lot of times there's 3 sides to every story, and maybe we're not seeing the other side as clearly as we can be.
From what I know about Scorpio too, like because they're so sensitive and so emotional, but they're prone to repressing these emotions. It's a fixed sign. It can get stuck, and people who have this in their chart strongly can be kind of stuck in their ways and avoidant sometimes. So it's almost like they're not necessarily cursed with transformation, but like the spirit world is kind of like, well, we need to put lots of transformation in Scorpio's path in order to get them to grow and evolve. So it's strong energy, and it's almost like the eagle. Like sometimes the eagle represents, or the phoenix represents Scorpio, and the eagle has to be pushed from the nest, in order to learn to fly.
And because Scorpio is a fixed sign, the other fixed signs are Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. So where we find the fixed signs in our chart is where we are the most fixed and stubborn in our life in itself. So for me, Scorpio is actually on the 9th house. And the 9th house is associated with education and personal beliefs and where we do our personal growth. So I don't know what I get from that. Maybe is that I'm kind of like righteous in my opinions about certain things, but
Well,
It's also where I do experience, I think, my biggest personal growth is like, or my biggest transformations, and is around my belief systems.
yeah, like I think personally too, like my Scorpio's in the eighth house,
Oh,
and which is where I think it's at home.
right. Yes.
And you know, I know the eighth house talks about shared resources, and I've had a lot of struggle with shared resources and transformation in my life, so I can see that being like part of the reason why.
Yeah. You have, haven't you? And you're not even like, usually some of those shared resources things comes later in life. You've had a lot of experience with that already.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you find one of those fixed signs on a house that represents your career, the way you make money, you might be a little bit more pig-headed or stubborn about how you go about your career or how you do your workly, like your duties at work.
yeah.
You
I
might
mean,
not
my
be in a
my
boss type of position. You
like
need to be.
I know one of my major fixed signs is Taurus in my moon. So, I can be pretty stubborn when it comes to emotions and
Okay.
my inner world, expressing my inner self. So I have a feeling this Scorpio moon where Taurus and Scorpio are opposites, will probably be pretty powerful for me personally.
Yeah. I wonder if this full moon lines up with your placements in Taurus and Scorpio.
It
Because if
might,
it is, then you're gonna be affected by this more than somebody who doesn't have placements in those two signs.
yeah,
And another thing about fixed signs, if anybody's in a relationship with somebody that has a strong fixed um, lineup with the planets, it's really hard for them to change their mind. And until they can make that decision on their own, they might always stay in that mindset for a really long time. So if you're expecting to see change, like maybe in a relationship with somebody who has a lot of fixed energy, it's going to require a lot of patience.
yeah.
So this is just a chart to show you the full moon. We have the sun over here in Taurus at 11 degrees, and then we have the moon directly opposite that on the other side of the earth in Scorpio at 11 degrees. I actually came across somebody who was born during a Scorpio full moon yesterday in one of my readings.
Wow.
So if you see this placement in your chart with the sun on one side and the moon on the exact opposite, that means you were born during a full moon. So there is no other major planets within 10 degrees on either end of that. So we'll just mainly focus on the sun and the moon. But the sun and Scorpio. So when we look at our people's charts tomorrow night during the circle, we'll look at this where the sun and the moon is and where Pluto is to see what that is affecting, because it is a square, it is causing friction, and it's creating the opportunity for change. So
Okay.
if you are feeling this energy, it would probably be related to those houses where we find the sun, moon, and Pluto in your chart.
It's nothing like a little bit of friction to create some change.
And that's one of our points, is being able to let go and trust that what is meant for you, for your highest self, is going to come out in the other end.
I also find dreams can be really powerful before, during, and after this full moon.
Mm-hmm.
You're so psychic, or you might even just have a feeling within your gut, you know. Um,
Scorpio is associated with our psychic abilities and our mediumship abilities, so they would be more pronounced right now.
yeah, I know. I tend to only have like dreams that I remember or that seem super spiritual around moons like this, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And
Oh,
this could actually be affecting your Pisces sun too, if it's in, but in a positive way, because it would be one water sign to another.
yeah.
So it would ignite those psychic abilities and those dreams and make them more pronounced and memorable.
So what should we pull some tarot cards for first, Sandy?
How about we pull some cards in regards to suppressed emotions?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like Scorpios or people who have a lot of Scorpio, because it's not necessarily on the surface when we look at somebody's astrology. It could be underlying. They could have a stellium, which is 3 or more planets in one sign, like Scorpio or Taurus. We can also get into the other planets that are Scorpio. We're just going to stick to Scorpio and Taurus. Or maybe they have their moon in Scorpio, or even Jupiter in Scorpio, or Taurus. So my point is that because Scorpio wants to hide their feelings, and we've talked about this before with the mind body syndrome, if you're suppressing emotions and you don't want to face them, they can show up in ways of physical pain or chronic illness. So if you're noticing any flare-ups right now in your body, whether it's allergies or body aches like pain or knees, or any weird symptoms, even like urinary tract infections, like headaches, those types of things, it's probably because you're avoiding something. So when those flare ups happen, think about what was going on at that time and see if you can think of any triggers that might have started that.
Yeah. I know for me, what's been flaring up is anxiety eating or overeating.
Mm-hmm. Emotional eating, right?
Yeah. So let's see what emotions or advice around suppressed emotions can come through. I'm going to use the pink. Oh, look at Scorpio underneath the bottom of the deck.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I'm going to
Love
use
it.
the Rider Waite. What are you using today?
Well, I just grabbed a random deck and I
Oh,
come up
yeah.
with an oracle deck. So
Okay.
maybe I should pull one from there, but also get a tarot deck.
Yeah, I've got an angel deck with us today too, or an animal deck. I'm not sure which one to use.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to pull the first card.
Okay.
So connecting to the Scorpio full moon energy for our viewers, for our moon mappers. Okay, we have the Five of Cups reversed,
Nice.
which is an emotions card. This is all about acceptance, moving on, finding peace, personal setbacks, and self-forgiveness.
I love that.
This is the point where we've experienced a loss or a lack in our emotions. We feel like things have been drained or have been spilled over, wasted. There's regret. And then when it's reversed, it means we're having to accept that. We can't beat ourselves up and feel guilty for a situation or regret something any longer. It's just going to sour our mood even more. This is a change card because it's a 5. So it's saying that you have to focus on the 2 cups that didn't get spilled over. Like what do I have? What am I in harmony with?
Yeah.
And focus on the positive basically with our emotions in order to get out of maybe a heavier funk or even like a background funk that we're going through, a depression even. Some people might be really in a very intense sorrow with this energy. Some people might be years later still finding repressed emotions coming to the surface during this full moon. So I think this is kind of just acknowledging that there are some big things, whether it happened recently or if it's ongoing right now, or whether it happened years ago, that we do need to accept in order to feel better, you know?
I like how you said forgiving yourself
Yeah.
because that's a big thing. right? If you can learn to forgive yourself, something that you can't change anymore, it's something that happened in the past, but you keep beating yourself up about it. If you can let go of that, that is such a big weight off your shoulders.
It is, and forgiveness is a huge theme for Scorpio because Scorpio, one of the major Scorpio cards is judgment, and judgment's all about forgiveness, you
You don't
know?
want to cross a Scorpio because they don't forget, right? So, yeah, that's a big one for Scorpio forgiveness.
Mhm.
So, I pulled the Two of Light, which looks like the Lover's card.
Oh, yeah. Cool. It's
So,
beautiful.
yeah, it's called the Literary Deck or the Literary Tarot. So, I'm getting that people kind of need to look at their relationships.
Yeah.
And Scorpio is the water sign. It's about emotions. The Two of Light is in translation is the Two of Cups. So, are you connecting with your partner on an emotional level, or are you holding back? Are you seeking for somebody to be more in touch with their emotion or their emotional intelligence, and you're not finding that?
You know, I think it's interesting that's talking about light as well, like the two of light. You know, like are you only focusing on the positive and not getting into the negative feelings within a relationship?
Right.
Or is it the opposite, you know, focusing too much on the negative, not looking at the positive? I don't know.
It's like she's longing, she's looking at what she wants in her relationship in this card, right? And
Mm,
it looks like she's disappointed.
yeah.
So
Wow.
reevaluation. I'm gonna pull a card from this other deck that I.
Yeah.
So this is it's this deck.
Okay.
I love the artwork in this deck. I don't know the name of it because I only received the cards.
I'm gonna pull an angel card for this too.
Okay. Aw. Be your best self always.
Oh,
Oh, and the card underneath it, leap of faith,
yeah.
which is what we're talking about, letting go and just trusting that things are going to work out in our favor. But this was the one that flipped. Um, be your best self always.
I love that.
Isn't it pretty? There's so much detail in these cards.
I also got passion. So trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So I think just passion in general, like you could be struggling with your passion because of your emotions. And passion's like fire energy, emotions water. So the emotions can put out that fire. But if you kind of um, tap into some willpower and take a leap of faith and maybe try forgiving in some area or just reevaluating your emotions around something, the fire might come back, you know? Yeah. Sometimes too, like we could feel really passionately about something, and it's the reason why we're repressing an emotion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how dare that person do that to me? I feel so passionate about that. It hurts, you know, instead of looking at the actual hurt that you have and releasing that and accepting it. It's like you get stuck on a passionate belief or moral or something that you have. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's starting to affect your love life or your career, these are repressed emotions, then, you know, that's not good.
Scorpio might struggle too with passion.
Hmm.
Um, because in astrology, when you find Mars, the planet that represents passion, if it's in a water sign, it can suppress the passion. It can make it hard for that person to find what they're passionate about.
Mhm.
And in this chart for the Scorpio full moon, Jupiter over there in Cancer is actually square that Mars. So it could be causing us to feel like we've lost our passion. But
Wow.
it will transit soon, but it could be coming up in this full moon.
Well, definitely. I personally have been struggling with passion for the past 2, 3 weeks leading up to this full moon. You know, where I'm ruled by the moon as a Cancer rising, and I I tend to feel the moon's pretty far in advance.
Yeah. And I feel like when Mars was initially going through Aries, that it was quite intense. And I think, like for me, and it might have affected other people, I was passionate about a lot of things. But then it got to a point where I needed to sit down and figure out what it is that I am most passionate about and to figure out where to put that focus. Because
Yeah.
it was kind of it was like a wildfire. It was being spread everywhere and nothing was getting accomplished.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, should we go on to another theme?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do next?
Crutches.
Crutches, yeah. What kind of crutches are we using?
To mask those nasty feelings.
Any advice around that? Let's see what comes up in the tarot. Oh, we got jumper. Oh, the world. Okay, we've got the world card, which on this card it says completion, accomplishment, freedom, fulfillment, arriving. Well, that's a good sign. That's a positive omen towards
Yeah.
looking at our crutches. Maybe this is about releasing those fully.
Yeah. Letting go of our limiting beliefs on us being able to let them go. Because a lot of people use excuses. Oh, I've been doing this for like so many years. I can't quit. I keep trying. I can't quit. And this is a really good moon to work on those things and to figure out, like, just change that into a positive thing. I can quit. I am free of whatever. And just keep telling yourself that, and don't beat yourself up about it. This card I got is the eye. Like, look at this eye. Like, is this judgment? Is that what's keeping us from being able to let these nasty habits go?
Yeah, I think so. Judgment, shame, guilt, regret, you know?
Maybe worrying about what other people think of you too. Like, let that
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Judgment and the world are both like the last two major arcana energies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's kind of like finality. They both have an energy of finality to them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so this is a big opening, a big opportunity really to put one of our crutches down.
Isn't judgment in the tarot associated with Scorpio because it is a rebirth?
Yeah, it is. It is traditionally I believe it's Pluto.
I never realized before all these like last 6, 8 years I've been doing tarot, I never realized that those people were coming up out of graves until you pointed it out to me. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
holy,
know. The
that is dark.
coffins. It's pretty epic.
Mhm.
I think yeah, both like Pluto has two cards. It's Death card and Judgment, and Scorpio has three cards: Death, Judgment, and Tower, which is Mars. Because Scorpio has Mars and Pluto.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty intense energies.
Mhm. When you meet a person who has a lot of Scorpio, they are intense.
Yeah.
It's a little scary to look into their eyes.
Yeah, I got an angel card for this world.
Okay.
Another jumper.
Oh,
Oh, cool. So we got brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition.
I love that.
Yeah. So whatever's on your mind right now when we're talking about like a crutch to be released, like it's a good idea. It's a thumbs up from the sphere guides. It's like you can do it now more easily than ever before, probably with this
Hmm.
Scorpio full moon. Um, yeah. And also maybe some of your ideas that you want to work on manifesting with your passion are more easily accessible now. The world card's like an all access pass.
Yes, definitely. All right. Next thing. What about fear of letting go?
Okay, cool. Connecting to Scorpio. Oh, do you want to pull
You
the
know
first
what?
card?
Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So
Mm,
Mars is in Aries, the fire sign, right? It's being challenged by all that water from Jupiter in Cancer.
yeah.
Um, so I feel there's a lot of people in my communities right now and around the world that are really trying to go after what they are passionate about. And I think a lot of us are at kind of like a fork in the road where we have to make a decision if we follow our dream or if we keep doing what we're doing or try to incorporate the two. And there's a lot of fear around letting go. And
Definitely.
is because we need to find that trust that when we do let go, something better is going to come in and replace it. But it is scary. Um, and it's about having faith that what is meant for you is going to find you.
Yeah. See how we can let go here in the Scorpio full moon. Any advice from the tarot? Oh, okay. What'd you get, Sandy?
I got the Queen of Ink,
Oh.
and there's sunflowers.
Mm. Wow. Ink is pretty cool. Very creative.
Yeah. Now, would that be the Queen of Fire?
Looks like it, yeah.
Queen of Wands? Follow your passion. You will be successful, right? Is that not what that would mean?
It is, yeah.
So, ink is passion, willpower, and inspiration.
Hmm.
So, that's just validating what we're saying.
It
And
is. It's
then,
really powerful.
yeah. And then the light in this deck is emotions, imagination, and intuition. The quills are intellect, logic, and conflict. And parchment is material concerns and health.
Cool.
Hmm. I've been asked to what this Uranus and Gemini means for us as a collective, and I just keep telling people if you've been thinking about writing a book, this is the time to do it, because Gemini is associated with communication, writing, books, reading, and Uranus is all about uniqueness. So a lot of us have unique stories, and so over the next 30 years ago, I think it's a really good time for us to put those ideas out and share them with the world.
Wow. It'd be cool to have more uh, a resurgence of books in general.
Hmm.
We're
And
all,
it's funny too that right now, like in the government, they're cutting back on librarians in the schools. That bookstore that we were going to there on Strawberry Hill,
yeah,
it's like a publishing. It's backed by a publishing company, which is in the back of the building. They're
yeah.
being shut down or something. Like
Um,
it's crazy.
these are things that are really important, you know.
Hmm.
Um, okay. So let go and find and work on your passions with that Queen of Wands. I got the Knight of Cups for where
Oh,
we can let go. It's
awesome.
traditionally a romance card, but it's also about following the heart. Letting go takes courage, and if you follow the heart, if you really stay in alignment with your heart's desire,
Mm-hmm.
then you will be able to let go of your crutches and your judgments of yourself, the forgiveness. Get through those repressed emotions, all the things we've been talking about, and see movement in how we feel emotionally, and see results, because in this all the knights in the deck are results. They're going places. They're in action mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I also feel like it's a Scorpio card because it's water. It's the knight of like water.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Scorpio in action mode. Scorpio with its armor on, but also with its heart open and ready to move forward.
I if we're not following our passion, we are going to be faced with challenges to reroute in the direction of our passion, right?
Oh
Like
my gosh.
we might lose a job, we might get sick. And I know there's a lot of people out there that can relate to this. We might get sick, we might have to go on sick leave. It's not just that simple. Like the universe is trying to give you the time to learn a new skill or to follow your dream. It's giving you the time to do that so that you're not distracted by your work. I'm a prime example of that. I wanted to follow this astrology dream that I had. I was doing it part-time, but I was working at the same time. And every time my focus was getting drawn away from the astrology, I cut my hand open. I had to go on sick leave for 6 weeks. Then I was getting pulled away from the astrology again. I ended up getting vertigo and I couldn't work and I was on sick leave again. So I started going back in that direction again. Then I started working for a friend because I was feeling like I needed to have some kind of form of money coming in and a logical type of work. And then I got sucked over into that end again. And then I ended up getting knocked on my ass and having meningitis and being sick for another year, which I just surrendered and I let go. And it brought me to this. And now I'm doing it full time. And I've been talking to other people about this. Like, I know people that are on sick leave. I know people that are going to work and they're feeling completely exhausted and drained. And it's the universe in its own way trying to tell you that there's something bigger and better out there for you. And that's what we're trying to tell you right now. It's just about trusting and letting go. And it's like the scariest thing to do. But when you do it, then the other things are going to be able to find you.
And letting go is not giving up. It's it's active. You know,
Hmm.
it's with purpose.
And you talked about dreams.
Hmm.
There's been a dream that I've been having for a long time where I feel like I'm like about to fall and then it stops me. But when I let go and surrender and fall, it's like I swoop down and then I start to fly. So it
Wow.
feels like a metaphor. And that actually happened to me the other day during meditation. And I resisted initially and then I was like, no, just let go. Just see what happens. You're not going to fall. You're sitting in your bed. And so I just let go. And it just was like, whoo, it was almost like I was on a roller coaster.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I've been
I-
having
I'm-
supernatural dreams lately
yeah.
with like scary things in it, but um I think that my psyche does that because it's like I don't pay attention to dreams as much as I used to. So it's throwing in like the big guns, the ones that will really scare me so that I can actually like ask questions and pay attention to what's going on in my emotions this week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe we should pull a card around dreams.
Yeah, sure.
So if anybody is having dreams this week, and I feel like there's probably quite a few of them, what are your dreams telling you?
Yeah, advice around dreams or just insight. Scorpio moon. Oh wow. I got the one of the dream cards coming through. Six of Cups.
Oh.
Wow. That is a Scorpio card. What'd you get?
Well, I just noticed there was a card upside down in the deck, and I'm like, well, what is that? It looks like a nightmare.
Oh, it does. Oh my God. Funny. And I've got like the happy-go-lucky dream card.
Yeah,
Good and bad dreams all around.
yeah.
Um,
But there is a sun coming up in the back. Look.
yeah.
Clear skies ahead.
Sometimes we're so focused on what's going on in the current moment, we're not actually paying attention to things that have already happened that we need to catch up with or let go or integrate, you know? So our dreams happen as like a purging release mechanism. So that's interesting. With the Six of Cups being here, I get the sense that really big feelings are behind these dreams this week, you know?
Jordan,
And
is that the Scorpio symbol on that card?
yeah, this is the Scorpio card.
Did you say that already?
Yeah,
Oh, I was distracted by the cockroach.
that's okay.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. Actually, all four cards that I pulled today are Scorpio cards. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So this card, the Six of Quills, like the quills represent our thoughts. So I think it's coming down to our limiting beliefs, our thought patterns that are holding us back, and our fears of letting go, what's going to happen from that. And we need to just trust that they are wild dreams and that it's not our reality, and that we can go for what we dream
Yeah.
about in a happy sense, like the Six of Cups.
Yeah, with all this powerful water and fire energy that we've been talking about this whole time, our thoughts are, they're not overpowering. They're just, we can look at them right now and kind of move past them or
So
understand
this
them.
card was sitting on my mat, the Empress.
Ooh,
So I like that. As a follow up to this card. I don't even know how that got there.
yeah,
But this is about birth, right?
yeah,
And it's a happy, positive card.
yeah. I mean, the Empress represents life, like growth and life, being alive, you know?
And
Uh,
that card you pulled was a 6, right? This is a 6 too.
oh, cool. Yeah. Six are about balancing emotions and thoughts with the swords and cups there. Yeah. I really feel like this Aries season that we just um that we were just in, and it really was trying to get us to like move forward and be active, and now we're moving into uh astrological placements that are allowing us to do so after we've had the fire lit under our butts a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to be
That,
alive, to like live actively and participate more.
mm-hmm. Aries is very energetic. It's always like full of ideas. And then like and it's like energy to get those things started. But some of them fizzle off.
Yeah.
And some of us feel guilty about it. But then when we move into Taurus, Taurus is going to take the reins and take those ideas that are meant to work and put in the action to get them moving and give it momentum. And Taurus is a lot slower than Aries. It's like Aries is like the fire horse, and then Taurus is like the turtle, like just slow and steady. And it's very laid back. It's a very different energy. And a lot of us, I think, are confused by how that feels.
Yeah. Definitely. And it's kind of like get your ideas in Aries season, make up your mind and stick to them in Taurus.
Yeah. Yeah. But stick to what is still sparking that passion in you. If you
Yeah.
lost the passion for it, then it probably was just a flighting idea, if that's the right word for it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think we've had a good run today with this full moon.
I
Thank you
think
for
so.
thank you for joining all of us today, everybody. You can always connect with us tomorrow night, Friday at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time for a full moon circle. The link is through the Moon Mapping Academy on School. Just click the link in the description box of this video, and you can check out the calendar on our free school website. It's free to join school, and the moon circle is not too expensive. It's just an opportunity to get some cards pulled for you during this full moon and your personalized birth chart, mini reading as well, and connect with other people who are working with this moon energy. All right. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Happy full mooning.